Sure. My name is Devashish. I have now been working with CEGIS for about a little bit more than 3 years. I primarily work with the public finance function within CEGIS, but also am involved in looking after the state engagement that we have with the state of Delhi as well as the Bodoland Council. My background primarily is in economics and public policy, and I have previously worked on research both with think tanks and the private sector. Right. So CGIS is a governance organization which helps governments build and strengthen systems which are core to every function of the government. So the way we define it essentially is in the form of certain verticals, which focus on the key elements of data, budgets, people, and sort of interactions with the markets, as it were. And the idea is that all of these are really applicable at each level of the government and across different functions. Which then essentially means that our work is both all-encompassing and at the same time cross-cutting. As an organization, what we try and do is we sort of work with governments on a long-term sustainable basis. So our idea is very much to build the system rather than become the system. And to that extent, I think we've tried to do this first on certain specific sectors, but increasingly across the board. So that's essentially how we operate. We are a new organization, we are an entrepreneurial organization. What that essentially means is that we value and respect all ideas. So at any level, any person entering CEGIS that comes with a set of ideas, which of course they are then expected to both demonstrate and sort of make sure that they sort of follow through on them, but all and any ideas are accepted. So it is a very open environment where all opinions are valued. Two, it is a flexible environment in the sense that if you recognize that certain pieces of your work have a certain value even outside the current projects, that is accommodated because the value of it in the future is understood. So all things considered, I think it is an organization where your views are both respected and valued, where you're given the room and the potential to actually explore them to the extent that you can make something of them and yourself. And there are certain very key integrity related and sort of action oriented principles that we follow, which I would imagine at the start of a career or even later on in your career are very valuable to imbibe. And we sort of make sure that all our people are sort of benefited from that through our HR systems and sort of knowledge systems and training systems, etc. So all in all, yes, it's a great place to sort of work. It's a great place to explore both your own ideas as well as those of others, and it's a great place to actually achieve things. As I said, just given the scale of what we do, even the small wins tend to impact lakhs of citizens at the same time. So even the smaller wins that you may have, which are not necessarily considered a massive success or some major project, even those you recognize are impacting so many lives in such positive ways that the sort of moral satisfaction that you gain from it often tides over than the difficulties that you may face on other days while actually doing this.